Vanakkam. Hello friends. In story time at Kadambavanam, today we are going to see the first story of the Ilai Malinda Sarkam of Periyapuranam, the story of Eripathar Nayanar. During the Chola rule in the Kongu region, Cholas had 5 capital cities, out of which one capital city was Karur. In that holy city, there lived Eripathar Nayanar. He always had an axe in his hand, and whenever he saw any saint devoted to the Lord suffering, he went and protected them with his axe. The name of the Shiva temple in that region was Anilai. There lived an old priest in that holy city by the name Sivahami Andar. So every day in the morning, he used to go and bathe in the Kaveri river and go to the temple orchard and pluck flowers for the Lord and take it to the Anile temple for his prayers. While doing so, he used to tie his mouth with a piece of white cloth so as not to sully the flowers. So one day, having plucked the flowers, which were known as Tirupallitamam, he was proceeding towards the temple. On that day, which was the Mahanavami season, the first day, Ashtami day, the royal elephant was being taken to the Kaveri for its bath. Having bathed in the Kaveri, the huge elephant, which looked like a black mountain, was coming on the streets. The mahouts were seated on top, and the mahouts' assistants were running in front of the elephant, clearing the way on the streets for the elephant to move. Seeing the ferocious elephant, people were running helter-skelter. Our Sivahami Andar was going along with the Tirupalli Tamam. The royal elephant came from behind and plucked the flowers from him and threw it on the floor, stamped it, and proceeded along. Seeing this, Sivahami Andar was very upset and angry, and he tried running behind the elephant, trying to beat it with the stick that it was carrying. But Sivahami Andar, being old, couldn't catch up with the elephant, and he tripped and fell and shouted in despair, "Sivada, Sivada, will not somebody listen to this and help me?" Hearing his voice, Eripathar Nayanar, who was going that way, came rushing and found Sivahami Andar on the streets in tears and rage, and learning what happened, said, "I will go and slay this elephant." Saying so, he ran behind the elephant and in one shot, without being afraid of its huge size, pounced on it and using the axe in his hand, cut off its trunk. The elephant was bleeding profusely and fell down on the streets. The mahouts came jumping down, and Eripathar slayed all 5 of them, the mahout and the 3 assistants, and stood there with his axe. News of this immediately reached the king Puhalcholan. The king knew that none of his subjects would dare touch the royal elephant, so he at once thought the enemies had entered the land. And getting on his horse, he ordered all his armies along and rushed to the site where the elephant was lying. By this time, the elephant had bled to death. Searching around for his enemies, the king saw nobody but only a Swami, our Eripathar Nayanar, with the axe in his hands. Thinking that Eripathar wouldn't have been possible of such a huge act of valor, the king shouted, "Who is it that did this to my elephant?" The people standing there pointed out at the Nayanar. But once he realized this, then the king thought, "My elephant has made some mistake. Otherwise, a devotee of the Lord would not have killed it." Thinking so, he climbed down from his horse and went straight to Eripathar and said, "Whatever mistake my elephant has made, is this punishment enough?" Now Eripathar didn't expect this from the king. He at once told the king how the elephant had crushed the Tirupalli Tamam, the holy flowers that were being taken to the Anilai temple for offering to the Lord. Puhalcholar was very saddened on hearing this, and at once told Eripathar, "It is not enough that you have killed my elephant. As its rightful owner, you should kill me too. And this you should not do with your holy axe. I don't deserve the death from your holy axe. Please do it with my own sword." Saying so, he took out his sword and gave it to Eripathar. Eripathar took the sword from the king and thought, "Oh, what have I done?" He didn't expect the king to be an even greater devotee of the Lord. So thinking, he took the sword to his own neck. Seeing this, Puhalcholar ran towards Eribatha Nayanar to prevent him from severing his own neck. Enjoying this scene of overflowing devotion of his two bhaktas, Lord Shiva came on his mount, the Rishabhavagana, together with his consort Uma Deviyar, and blessed both Eribatha Nayanar and Puhalcholar for the great devotion that they showered on him. The next minute, the royal elephant came alive. So did the Mahots and their assistants, and everyone felt blessed on seeing the Lord. Poor Cholar got onto his royal mount and then proceeded towards his palace, and Eribattar went his way, and even Sivagami Andar was blessed again with a fresh bouquet of flowers for the Tirupalli Tamam. This is the story of Eribatha Nayanar. We will meet again in the next episode with the story of yet another Nayanar. Vanakkam.